Truly in the Sean Miller postgame interview brought to you exclusively by Truly Nolan Pest Control, a proud sponsor of the University of Arizona. Truly Nolan, call or click at 1-800-GO-TRULY or trulynolan.com to get Truly today. Well, Coach, congratulations. Thanks for not taking this one down to the last tenth of a second. Appreciate that, okay?
Well, I credit Utah. They did a great job really this whole weekend. I know they lost a heartbreaker to Arizona State, and they played us really tough. They're a much improved team, and they have a number of new players that are very good. Jordan Loveridge, the freshman for them, to me was one of the best players on the court, and he's just a very, very good player. And in the first half, with us winning 30-23, he was the reason that the game was as close because he carried them in a big, big way, and he's efficient. And I think Jason Washburn has really developed as well. You think about what he did. I know he had 19 points and 18 rebounds against Arizona State. Today he came back and had 17 points and 11 rebounds. And big guys like him who improve, you have to give them a lot of credit. Utah's also a very good defensive team. They did a real nice job against us defensively, made the game hard, and gave themselves a chance to win. And we were, once again, fortunate to win. I credit Mark Lyons. Making clutch free throws is not an easy thing, and he's done it so remarkably well through 14 games that alone is a huge reason why we're undefeated and in the position that we're in. But we're not playing as well as we have been, and we're nowhere near where we can be. Every season has its pockets. Sometimes you hit a peak where you're playing so well you don't think anybody in the country can beat you. And then once in a while you don't play well and you're reminded how difficult it is to win every game. And that's really where we're at. We got through a weekend here where the difference in the score was very few points, and but we were able to win both, and it's always good to be able to learn lessons from that. It's interesting because in the first half I thought we had better ball movement and created some good shots that we missed. In the second half, Utah did a really good job, and our ball movement wasn't nearly as good, and we had a tough time getting good shots. So from a defensive perspective, for the most part in the first half, we were very good, had no answer on Jordan Loveridge. In the second half, our defense left us, and as you can see, they shot 52% in the second half and made 14 field goals. So there's a lot that we can learn from this weekend, and I know we have to play a lot better when we go to Oregon to win on the road in this conference.
All right, speaking of the weekend, in both games your teams dominated the backboards rebounding-wise, and in two games now have committed just 22 turnovers in these two conference games. How important are those two statistics going forward?
Did a really good job taking care of the ball in both games. It's a big reason we were able to win. Today playing with 9 turnovers is excellent. Something we've talked a lot about. We're improving in that area, and no question, the talent on our team, rebounding, Caleb with 7 offensive rebounds and Solomon with 4. Those two guys combined for 11 of the 18, and that's one heck of a stat. Those two played really hard, and I think from that perspective, our rebounding margin in the 18-second shots, that's the thing we've done the best from start to finish, and we just have to keep doing that well. That can't leave us, and some of the other things that we're not doing as well, we have to grow and develop and improve. It's still early January. I can remember 2 years ago, around this time, we were fighting hard for wins. Didn't really ever believe that we could become a great team, but that's what developed over the months of January and February, and it's so important that we can continue to develop and grow. I think the other thing sometimes that happens over the long course of a season, we have a couple individual players not playing very well, and that happens. And sometimes it's not a team thing. It's you're wide open, you got to make the shot. Yeah. And if you're playing and you shoot 28%, you're not going to play. There's some things that we have to take a look at where we got to get a higher quality of play throughout the course of our team as well.
Should it come as no surprise to us again, and you mentioned Mark Lyons, that the seniors stepped up today. Solomon Hill was solid throughout the ball game, and of course Kevin Parham again off the bench with 8 rebounds. That those guys kind of become the catalyst when you, like you said, maybe some other guys are off their game, that the seniors are going to be the guys that are going to lead them.
No doubt, especially at the beginning of conference play, because the seniors and even some of the other guys have been through this before. It's always an advantage to play against the team or to go through these 2 games in 3 days before. It's not as easy for a new player, but it didn't bother Jordan Loveridge. He did a great job. You know, this was his first 2 Pac-12 games, and he was outstanding the entire weekend. So, but I think we'll have a chance to learn a lot, and we have an opportunity to get 4 days under our belt before we go to Oregon. I know Oregon's one of the best teams in our conference, and we're going to have to be ready to have a chance to win that game.
All right, thanks, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Head Coach Sean Miller here courtside at McHale Center, where the Wildcats beat the Utes by a final of 60-57. Coach, brought to you by Truly Nolan Pest Control. Get Truly today. Well,